Raider Nation, what is the deal, man? Once again, it's your guy Panama Fargo, and I'm back to y'all live with another episode of the Raider Rundown. And today, man, we're going to be going over the key offensive matchups for the Las Vegas Raiders against the New York Jets, man. What offensive players on that side of the ball need to step their game up this game? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this intro started, and let's get this show cracking.
Young guy, I had a dream that someday I would build the finest organization in professional sports.
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Once again, it's your guy Panama Fargo. You're watching the episode of the Raider Rundown. Make sure you tap it on the like and on the subscribe button, and please hit on that little notification bell so you get updated whenever I drop episodes like this one right here. But like I was saying, man, we got to go over what offensive players on that side of the ball need to step their game up coming this Sunday against the Jets, primetime football Sunday night. So what do they got to do? And we're going to start this video with none other than the offensive line. You saw it in the thumbnail. We previewed it in the thumbnail, bro. That's what it is. The offensive line is the number one position group that must step their game up, and they are going to be critical. Now, of course, the offensive line, some of you may be watching, and of course it's the offensive line, and the offensive line is always going to be a crucial thing that you need going into a game. But this game, even more so. Why? Because this defensive line is fucking serious. They're serious, bro. Number one, you're going to have a plan for the big man in the middle, Quentin Williams. We're going to have a plan to neutralize him. And now I will admit, last week I thought Dexter Lawrence was going to come in here and murder people. Okay, I thought it was going to get nasty down there. But Dexter Lawrence was kind of held in check. Now, he didn't make too many plays. Now, he made a couple plays in the run game. For sure he did. But he wasn't all that effective like I thought he was going to be. And he's one of the better D tackles in the league. All right. And he neutralized Kayvon Thibodeau. Now, the Jets defensive line is a step above, but I will say Quentin Williams, Dexter Lawrence, kind of in that same tier to me. It's kind of in the same tier to me. So from there, I think that if you neutralize Dexter Lawrence and had a good plan for him, now you can probably have a good plan for Quentin Williams. Now, the thing is, the Jets are better on the edges than the Giants are. Now, the Giants, yes, I said they have Thibodeau, but right now, as we're currently standing in the NFL season, this Jets edge rushing and their edge rushers are better than the Giants. That's just what it is. So right now, it's a lot of one-on-one opportunities for this D-line to go ahead and try to get to the quarterback because teams have typically tried to stop Quentin Williams. Now, this is the thing. The one-on-one battles on the outside are crucial. Colton Miller, he's going to have to do his motherfucking thing. Talking about top 10 tackle, we're going to have to see that shit this week. That's just what it is. Whoever's starting on that right side is going to get work. That's just what it's going to be, and just watching the film. And if I know the Jets are watching, it's a rotation on that tackle spot. So me personally, for this game, I wouldn't be putting Thayer Munford back out there fresh off an injury, and especially a neck injury. I'm not doing it. Not this game, because we need continuity to going into this week. And the continuity is with Jermaine Illuminor because he played well last week. So I would keep him in there, all right, and let him go against the likes of Tremaine Johnson. I think they have a guy, Bryce Huff. Things of these natures, bro, that they're active. They're fucking active. All right. The next key matchup that we're going to be looking at, and that's going to be Devontae Adams versus Sauce Gardner. That's going to be a very, very good matchup. Now, coming into this game, and it's primetime football, you know what time it is with the Jets. The Jets right now are a defensive-driven team, and he's going to want to take that challenge. Sauce is going to want to take that challenge. Now, me personally, if I'm betting it all on black, I'm betting the shit on black 17, bro, because of any game we go into, this man should be a factor. He should be able to eat. But this is going to be a very crucial matchup. The length could bother Devontae a little bit. I will say that. Sauce's length may bother Devontae a tad, bro. He knows where all of his help coverage is when it comes to that. So is there going to be a lot of double teams with Devontae this week based on Sauce Gardner's play? Are they going to bracket him like other teams bracket him? Or are they going to say it's a one-on-one battle? That's going to be the real crucial thing to watch coming on this Sunday. Because as we all know, most teams double team Devontae and they bracket him to a degree. But this week, they may get ballsy. They may get ballsy and say he gonna travel. Now, I've typically never seen Sauce travel, but we'll see. And we'll see if they take that test. And it's one-on-one. And if it's one-on-one, like I said, I'm betting my shit on Black 17. But from there, that's going to be a key matchup. Now, on the next key matchup, and that's going to be Josh Jacobs versus the front seven. And I like, we already talked about the D-line, but we got to add their linebackers into the equation now. Because Josh Jacobs is going to need to have a good game this game. We're going to need to keep him off balance with this run. And the way to really open up Aiden O'Connell and open lanes up for him to throw the ball and get downfield is if we're running the ball and they're not coming to take his goddamn head off, right? So we're going to need Jacobs to be effective just like he was last week. But I say versus this front seven because, one, we already talked about the D-line, but we got to take it a step further. You know, I talked about it in my video yesterday. This defense is good at all three levels. And so now we talk about these linebackers. C.J. Mosley and Quentin Williams' brother, whose name escapes me. So it keeps escaping me. But that man and those two dudes on those line and that linebacker core right there, nasty. They're real. They fly around, bro. They're sideline to sideline, and they come down and make hits, bro. They come down and thump. They do, right? They fit the run very well, all right? And they play the pass about as good as any linebacker I've seen too this year. They're real. So in order for us to have any success in the passing game and to be able to get a play action going, we're going to need Josh Jacobs in his production this week. Plain and simple. We're just going to need his production this week. Now, the last but least, all right, last but not least, the keyest matchup, keyest isn't even a word, but the most major matchup to me is going to be Bo Hardegree versus Robert Saleh. That's going to be the key. That's going to be the key. Because how Bo Hardegree will scheme this game up is going to tell us a lot. It's going to tell us a lot. What are you going to be able to do? Like I said in one of these videos before, how are you going to be able to make adjustments? How are you going to be able to make adjustments? And I would say Aiden O'Connell, but right now, his play is more predicated on his comfortability in the scheme and comfortability in the game plan. That's how I view it right now. His play is based upon the comfortability in the scheme and game plan. I don't think he's at that level yet where he, whatever you're calling, he's going to make that shit rise and, do what it do. Regardless of call, he's not at that point yet. So scheme matters a lot right now. So how is Bo Hardegree going to be able to adjust week to week? And how is he going to be able to scheme against Robert Saleh? Because Robert Saleh coming in to dial up some shit. Sunday night, he coming in to let the dogs hunt. What is Bo going to do schematically to try to counteract some of these things? And that's why I say we got to really keep our close eye on these things, because this is why we need to see if he deserves to stay next year. We talking about Bo Hardegree, damn near Aiden O'Connell. These two dudes go hand to hand to me. So how will that be a factor? How will Bo Hardegree, probably try to scheme out some things or game plan around some things this week? How will he do it? And those are all my matchups right there, man. Y'all let me know down below. What do you think is another key matchup on the offensive side of the ball? Now, I didn't do the defense because tomorrow I need y'all to tune in. I'm going live, right? My usual time, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. I'm going live with Matt Holder, all right, tomorrow, and we will be talking about the key matchups on the defensive side of the ball, all right, and what the Raiders need to do in order to be successful. Because like we said, this defense needs to continue to ascend, right? And we're good now, but we can always want more, all right? And even from this offense, okay, the rundown of it gave you the keys, but everything we did last week was very, very good. But now you see I'm already on to this week. I'm already on to the Jets. Why? Because we can always demand more. It's always cool to fuck around and, get a win. But the good teams string them bitches together. And the good teams find a way to win week in and week out and not just stay complacent in one spot. So these key matchups on the offensive side of the ball are going to take shape. And these are things that I'll be watching. So make sure you guys hit the like, hit the subscribe button, right? Tap on the notification bell, and you know I keep it authentic from the clouds to the ground on the Raider Rundown.
I need a bad bitch with an accent, serving in peace, still taxing. Just got tapped for the young cash app, moonwalking like a young Mike Jackson. Yeah, shots to the head, ride clean and still fuck feds. Realest nigga and it's on my kids, so who the fuck gon' wanna test me, bitch?